Hi guys, this is Tyler from Airsoft GI with our customer service department, and today I just wanted to go over some of the basics of mounting a side rail AK scope mount onto an AK-47 or another AK variant that has a side rail. So right here we have the mount. You've got the rail up top where you'll mount your scope. You've got the mount at the bottom that will mount onto the side rail. And then you have the locking bar, which when it's in its closed position here, it's locked onto the gun. When you open it like this, it will be locked onto the gun, or unlocked from the gun so you can take it off. Now, every manufacturer uses their own specifications, and as such, the rails might be slightly different sizes on the side of the gun. So, most scope mounts are made to be adjustable. Now, with this one, this is the CYMA AK scope mount. The adjustment is going to be down here at the bottom of it. As you can see here, you have a clamping mechanism, and then at the base of the clamping mechanism, you have a little nut that can be turned. So what you're going to want to do is essentially put your thumb on the top of the screw so that when you push on this mount, it doesn't pop up as well. Push this up, and then you can turn this nut one way or the other to either tighten or loosen the mount. So for instance, if I tighten this in a lot, let go of it, to demonstrate on a gun, I have an A&K spring SVD here. I'm just going to flip this over so that we have access to the side rail. Now I'm going to unlock the mechanism, and then I'm going to attempt to slide it on. You're going to slide it on from the rear. As you can see, it goes about this far and then it stops. So I actually have this mount adjusted too tight. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to adjust the mount one more time, but this time I'm going to loosen it. Make sure, I'm not sure if you guys can see it in the video, there's a little tooth in here that locks into the nut to keep it from turning when you don't have this pressed down. So, flipping this over, slide it onto the gun, slides on all the way. Now if I lock this in place, the mount still has play in it. I can still move it, I can actually slide it off the gun, so that means this is too loose. So we're going to unlock this again, take it off, and tighten this. There may be a little bit of trial and error here to get the exact fit, especially if you're in one or two of these teeth grooves. You may want to experiment with a little bit to get that kind of perfect fit. So I've put this on. Alright, it's still sliding back and forth. So, tighten it a little bit more. Okay, see where we go from here. Okay, now that feels like it's going to be about it. So I'm going to tighten this down. This locking mechanism is now a lot harder to push into place, but I have it in place. There's no play in this mount. It's also a good idea to flip the gun and check and just make sure that everything is seated straight. If it is not, you're probably not on the right setting. Maybe a little bit too tight. So that is how you mount an AK scope mount onto a side rail AK.